Hello guys, how are you? So we are in the car again, and I'm hoping that there's not too much traffic. If there is a ton of traffic up here, I might just do this tomorrow, but I'm trying to go complete my ear piercings today. Trying to. Again, if there's a lot of traffic, I'm going to put this off until tomorrow because I just don't feel like sitting in traffic right now. But figured I would make it a little video and talk to you guys while I'm driving. So I was gonna make this its own video. I don't know if I'm going to or not, but Brianna K was over on her Instagram complaining about the inflation and just like the cost of living. I just don't understand how someone can have so little self-awareness. Now, don't get me wrong, I get it. Like, you have a platform, you want to like complain about stuff. I complain about stuff that I probably shouldn't have from time to time. It just comes off as so entitled, like the entitled little brat is complaining about the cost of living when this is someone who was wealthy enough to own 2 homes simultaneously. Her husband didn't work. He quit working for a while. I don't know if he's working again or not because I don't watch her content all the time. And they have numerous kids. Like, I was literally watching someone on TikTok a couple days ago, and they were saying how the current numbers for people having kids right now is on such a decline because the cost of living is on such a incline that by the year 2050 we will have more senior citizens than we will have children in the United States. So I don't know if that's, I mean, they said in the United States, so I don't know if it would apply to worldwide or not, but just considering that fact alone, that's crazy. Considering that, I think they also said for the last like 60 years or something like that, we've always had more kids than senior citizens. So we're going to get to a point in the next 30 years, call it 25, 30 years, where there will be more senior citizens than there will be children. And I'm assuming children meaning people under the age of 18. I don't know if it's people under the age of 12. I'm not sure what kind of metrics they were using, but they said children. So that to me is just such a crazy thing to think about. So, obviously have kids, have all the kids that you want, but to complain about the cost of living when you're living in $1 million home in Hawaii, you chose to go to Hawaii. So it's not like, oh, my job transferred me out here and now the cost of living is just so crazy, or, oh, I came out here to help my parents, or some kind of other, life event that put you there. You decided that it was such a good idea to go out to Hawaii. But I don't know, she put these things up on her Instagram story, and it was this whole thing, but it just came off to me as very bratty. It's like, can you literally go a day without complaining about something? Because to me, I always think of myself like, if I was one of her subscribers, and if I was one of her subscribers that supported her on multiple platforms like YouTube and Instagram, I feel like either every video or every day on her stories, she is complaining at least once. And for someone who claims to be so positive and uplifting, I don't know where that went. Maybe that was her prior version of herself. But to me, I see her complaining a lot about things that other people would love to have the opportunity to do. This is also the same woman who has gone to Disney. I think they've gone to Disney twice in the last year. Her goal for 2022 is to go to Disney in Tokyo. Do you know there are literally people who live their entire life and they do not leave the United States of America because of money, not because they don't want to. I get that some people don't want to travel international, and if that's a choice, that's a choice. But if you want to travel and you can't because of money, there are tons of people who never travel outside of the US. I just don't think that Brianna K recognizes even a fraction of the privilege that she has. And instead of, and I know for a fact that subscribers bring it up to her. I know that. So to have it brought to your attention and you still don't kind of come up with a new approach to stop coming off like such a complainer, to me just tells me that she doesn't get it. She either doesn't get it or she doesn't care. It was funny the other day, one of you guys messaged me on Instagram and was saying, you were telling me something about Dad Challenge podcast and asked me, what do you think his downfall is going to be? And if I'm being really honest, he's going to be his downfall. Something that a lot of YouTubers don't recognize is the power that they have in their own hands to make sure that they're being the best versions of themselves that they can be on public platforms, but not just on public platforms, but also behind the scenes. And it seems like that's something that some of them care about, but many of them don't. And maybe some people don't care about that, and they are just, here for the messy queens and kings of YouTube. But when I think of being messy, I also don't think of people putting others at risk or trying to put other people in harm's way, whether that's putting them in harm's way mentally or physically, like in real life. I never want to be responsible for someone's mental health taking a nosedive. Someone who's having a completely normal day and I come out of the woodwork and just completely annihilate them with my words and act like a complete bully. That's not something that I wouldn't feel good about that at the end of the day. Even if it got me a lot of subscribers and a lot of views or attention, I would not feel good about that. And I at least want to feel decent about the content that I'm putting out. But when it comes to someone like him, he will be his own downfall because of the way that he speaks about people, the things that he's willing to do for attention and to grow his channel. It's funny because he likes to sit up there and brag about all the subscribers that he has. But the funny thing to me is that his views have stayed the same. And usually, not saying all the time, because it's not a perfect formula, but usually if you're growing organically and you're actually subscribing, or you're actually attracting real subscribers to your channel, then your views will reflect that, because you have more people choosing to subscribe, and then once they subscribe, they start to watch all of your videos as they come out. But his views have kind of been around the same for the past several months, even though his subscriber number has changed, which to me is sort of interesting. Now, my channel has grown very slow, but it is organic growth. They are actual people. You guys know how I feel about buying subscribers. I'm not here for it, because once you buy subscribers, you also then need to buy views, and you need to buy comments, so that you don't have 100,000 subscribers and 20,000 views on a video and only 200 comments. You know what I mean? Like, people can put those together. So it's almost like if you're going to buy subscribers, then you have to get into the habit of buying engagement too. And that to me is like I would rather throw my money in the toilet than do that. Like, there's just no way. I'm not a gambler. I'm not someone who likes to put my money on something that I might not get back. Like, does that make sense? I think you guys can probably gather that I just don't live in a make-believe land. I live in the real world, where if I'm going to spend money on something, I want it to be something that I can see and feel and enjoy. Does that make sense? Money is too hard to come by to throw it away on fake engagement. I know a lot of YouTubers are after that subscriber number. They really like to have people come to their channel and say, oh wow, this channel has 70,000 subscribers. What am I missing out on? Oh, this channel has 400,000 subs. I better subscribe. They're doing something right. But some of those subscribers could be purchased. So it's not even necessarily that they're putting out really good content. It could just be that they wanted to beef up their subscriber count. But the really embarrassing thing is that if you do buy subscribers, the other problem is that periodically, and I have no clue how often it is, it could be once a year, it could be once every 2 years, I don't know. I think it's more often, but just taking a guess. If you buy subscribers, the problem is that sometimes YouTube will go through and they actually have systems that can pull fake subscribers from channels. So if you see a channel that has 60,000 subscribers and one day you go in and they only have 52,000, people aren't losing 8,000 subscribers overnight, especially if they didn't, do something problematic to get canceled. That's a whole nother situation. But most of the time, there's only a couple of scenarios that would make someone drop like that. And one of the scenarios would be the fact that you bought your subscribers and YouTube went through and cleaned them out. I've seen that happen on Instagram. It is almost never worth buying subscribers. It's just not worth it. And of course, that's just my opinion. People will do whatever they want to do, but it just seems like a massive waste of money to me. I'm going to the office next week, so there will definitely be several car vlogs, I'm sure, next week. But I'm going to try to utilize this week and this weekend, like the rest of this week plus this weekend, to pre-film some stuff so that I can kind of mix it up a little bit. I know most of you guys don't care, but I just want to have like a good mix of things that are a little bit more structured, and then also have some car videos. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go take care of this, and then I will check in with you guys after. I need to go buy and get Axel's little food topper that we get for him from Stella and Chewy's, and then also grab something for dinner. So I will see you guys in just a second. All right, guys, excuse me, I am all done. I'll insert a little video, but I ended up getting my second hole done and a flat. So I asked the guy, can I get my second hole pierced with a hoop, or should I just stick with a stud? And he was like, I pierce them all day with hoops. As long as you're following your proper aftercare instructions, I don't think that you'll have a problem. So that's what I used. So we'll see. But the good thing about the lobe is it heals the fastest out of every ear piercing type. So if I get tired of it, I can just swap it out. I think it's like an 8 or 10 week healing process, which goes by like that. So we'll see. I feel like I'm not ready to go back to the office next week, but I think that it will be good to try to get back into the routine of that. I've been staying up super late, like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, which is late for me. I usually like would be asleep by 10:30 on most nights, 10:30 or 11. So I think that it'll be good, but I'm really hoping that I can work out at least getting 1 day a week from home, because after being able to work at home, the thought of just being in the office 5 days a week, every single week, especially when we're so able to be productive at home. Like, I don't have a job that, you know, if I'm at home, I'm like limited in what I can do, if that makes sense. I can do everything I need to from my house. I can print things if I need to. I can attend meetings. I can do literally everything from my home. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. But anyway, guys, I'm going to make my way to the pet supply store, and I will check in with you either when I'm done there or from home. So I'll see you in just a second. All right, guys, we're back in the kitchen. No mic. Hopefully the sound isn't bad, but I ended up getting pork chops for dinner. So that's not really exciting, but I figured I'd show you what I got for Axel. So we have these 2 fish skins. He loves these. They're really good. And then I got a couple of these. They're formed into like rawhide shape bones, but all it is salmon skin, cod skin. I think they use a combo of both. I'm not sure. Oh, and then we got these. He has been loving these from Open Farm dehydrated pork treats. And then for his food topper, I got him a small bag of the venison to try. These are the dinner patties. So same idea. We still just crumble them on top of his dry food. The big bag of the beef. So the beef is what he gets all the time, but I figure that we could mix it up and let him try the venison. So I'm going to fix dinner and hopefully have a productive evening, but thank you guys for hanging out. My ear feels great. It's not sore or anything like that yet. Hopefully it doesn't get sore, But either way, yeah, for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.